All right, fifth graders. Well, you can see that today's video is going to talk about finding the slope of a line. And so we're going to be using some algebraic equations to try to figure that out. Now, slope, remember, is how much a line goes up or down and how fast it goes up or down, how steep it is. We're trying to figure out how much is this line changing as we go. What's its slope? Okay, and how to do that, I have two equations over here. They both basically mean the same thing. But to find the slope, we're trying to figure out how much did the y change, that second number, that up and down number, how much did that y change between the 2 points, and over how much did that x number change. Now, up here, it shows you directly what you're going to do. So I'm going to take the y number of my second point and take away the y number of my first point, and I will get the number for the top. The same thing with x's on the bottom. So you can see I put my coordinates already in here. My first point is -3, -2. It's -3 for its x, because it's -3 left or right. -2 for its y, because it's -2 down. Our second point is 4 over 2 up, so its coordinates is x coordinate is 4, its y coordinate is 2. So let's start plunking numbers into this equation to find our slope. So the first number we have to do is find the y of the second point. Well, here's our second point. Our y number is 2, so I'm going to plug that in. We have 2 minus the y of our first point. Well, there's our first point. Our y is -2. All right, so we have 2 minus -2 over, now I figure out my x of my first point, or I'm sorry, x of my second point. That's why it says x2. My second point, x, is 4. And I'm subtracting it from my x of my first point. So 4 subtract -3. All right, so it kind of looks like a bunch of mumbo jumbo here. So let's now take it to the next step. All right, I'm going to switch colors just to show you. So now let's actually do the math. Well, 2 minus a -2. Well, anytime we take away a negative, it's like adding. So 2 minus a -2 is like taking 2 plus 2, and we get 4 on the top. Our second one is 4 minus a -3. We're subtracting a negative. It's the same thing as adding. 4 minus a -3, or 4 plus 3, is 7. Now, 4 divided by 7 is a big, long decimal number, so we can leave our slope as this number right here. So it's going up about 4/7 of a line. All right, so if we actually took a calculator, if I went to a calculator, and I took 4 divided by 7, I'd see I'd get 0.57. So each time it's going up about 0.57, and you can kind of look there. From this one to this one, you can see it's about half, which is 0.5, but a little bit above. So it's going up about a half each time. But you can leave it as this number, as this fraction, if it kind of comes out to a big, long decimal. Okay? Now, this is a positive slope because we see that it's going up. All right? Let's tackle another one. Now, the first thing I always want to notice in my line is my line going up or down? In our first one, our line was going up, so we know that was going to be a positive slope. Now, this one, I already noticed that our line is going down, so my slope is going to be, my final slope number is going to be negative. All right, but let's figure this out. All right, I have, I'm going to call this point 1. Hold on, let me make my pen a little bit thicker here. So we've got point 1, we've got point 2. All right, now I'm going to actually find my coordinates here. This first point, my x is -2. My y is 4, so I have -2, and then I have 4. My second point, my x is 1. My y is, it's -3 down. All right, so I have my coordinates. Now I start plunking things in. Y of 2, well, y of 2 is -3, -3 minus y of 1, which is 4, so I have -3 minus 4 on the top, over x of 2, which is 1, minus x of 1. X of 1 is negative 2 on the bottom. All right, now let's do the math. Well, negative 3 minus 4 is actually going to get me negative 7, or they are 7 different numbers apart. All right, so we have negative 7 over 1 minus a negative 2. Well, 1 minus a negative is an adding. So 1 minus a negative 2 would be the same as 1 plus 2, which is 3. With this, whenever we know a number is going down, we can get rid of this negative sign and just make the entire thing negative because we know that it's going down. So our final answer is a negative 7/3. Okay, now if I go to my calculator, which you can always do, 7 divided by 3 gets me 2.333. So it's going down about 2 1/3 each time. And we can see here from this point to where this point would be, you can see it's going down 1, 2, and about 1/3. All right, so negative 7/3 is our final answer. So the biggest thing to watch out for is you know that if the number is going up, it's going to be a positive slope. If the number is going down, it's going to be a negative slope. All right, but just use that equation to solve it. All right, good luck as you work through a few problems.